I hope you're well. Welcome to my channel. If you've not been here before, it's where I talk about twin flame process. So this video, I just want to put out a quick video following on from the last one about what's going on right now that I'm noticing and the clarity that's come in around what is going on right now. So firstly, the last video talks about coming through the physical body, the energy manifesting through the physical body into physical symptoms. So what they have explained to me during that, which is about the last week basically and a little bit before, is that it flows with the moons. So in the previous videos where I talked about the moon cycle, working with the moon cycle, firstly, the thing is, they told me 9 moons to my physical reunion, but what I didn't understand at the time was that the moons hadn't even started. So while I thought it was certain moons and it was going to come in right from there, so I was counting from there, it wasn't about that. So I do know where the moons have started now. So that's another thing, but I'm not going to talk about that too much, but just to say you do work with the moon cycles. And what's happened is since the last new moon on the Wednesday the 2nd in the UK was where I dropped right back down into clearing mode, but differently than before, because as you work through all the elements, right, of yourself, so you work through your emotions and your mental aspect. So when you're first going through the process and you're purging through the moons, it's like coming through your mind. So you go into negativity, coming through your emotions, you go into negativity in your mind and your emotions. As you move to the end of the process, when all that is cleared, as we said in the last video, it just starts to come through your physical body. So what happened was on the 2nd, I had all the physical pain started with what appeared to be a phosphorus deficiency. So as well as all of this that's going on, they're teaching me about proper nutrition by making me deficient, and I've gone through a deficiency in every electrolyte now apart from calcium, at least as far as I know, apart from calcium. So they're teaching me about proper nutrition. Just to say as like a sidebar, I now understand minerals are so important to your emotional and mental well-being, because they actually control your nerves and your brain and your heart, and you absorb them through your intestinal wall, so they can play a part in like gut function, and they help your gut to feel good, but also they control your emotions. So that's like an extrapolation really of the understanding of what they do, because we know they help brain function, nerve function, but they really do help with emotions. So how I noticed that coming through as well on the Wednesday was going into like overwhelm and panic around something, and being brought back to the electrolyte deficiency, and to recognise the need for certain food groups to like aid in a correct electrolyte balance. So I went through that, right? So I had all these symptoms come on that could be an obvious connection through that deficiency, but then what happened was the clarity started to come around it being an energetic, like being energetic rather than being physical, basically. So you could say it's appearing physical, but underlying it's energetic. So even though it's appearing physical, it's part of the energetic link. There's a lot in that. So it's like clearing what could be a deficiency that's appearing in me, which is actually a deficiency in him, which is his him then coming into recognition of what proper food group he's got to eat, because he's getting the clarity, because the clarity is coming through me. So as the feminine creator, you're always creating that clarity that then the masculine receives. So that again is mind and emotions through those aspects of, but not in the way that you would have cleared it before, because it's not in the way of just it being taking you over completely in the purge. It's more like clarity coming through around the mind and emotions, and what the mind and the emotions need for clarity to remain. So I had that coming in, right? And then all these physical symptoms which have been since then, Literally, I knew they were going to clear Saturday or today. Today's Sunday, the 12th. Wasn't quite, I knew it was around then because we basically went from the new moon phase, the last quarter of that, or I think it's first quarter, I'm not sure, first or last quarter, and then into waxing gibbous, which transitioned overnight last night. So now we're in waxing gibbous. So it's like it's clear, all the new moon energy is cleared. So just to say that that's how you can recognize the feeling coming on, maybe, or the thoughts coming on, the negativity, or even through the physical body, and then clearing from the new moon through where it goes over halfway into coming into the full moon. So the waxing gibbous it's now over halfway, so it's more towards full than it is towards the new, more towards the light than it is towards the dark, because the dark of the new moon and the light of the full moon. So, and how it cleared, interestingly, was Saturday night was last night, Friday night. So I went to bed as usual, normal time. Then I woke up at 4:04 and couldn't get back to sleep. And my mind was just kind of loose and flowing and whatever. And I started to have all this stuff coming around my dad again. And me having a conversation with my dad as an adult, but as it came through, I knew it was him and it was what was going on in his mind, was like a final clarity around his father and him, how he would feel to have a conversation with his dad as an adult about the abuse that had gone on years before as a child. So that, right, that cleared through there. And then yesterday, the physical symptoms all still remained. So I had loads of aching in my joints. I had a bad shoulder, a bad right hip. These are like old injuries coming up again, feeling those. Eczema on my face had come in as well with that new moon. So I had loads of that going on. In terms of all of this pain and symptoms that were coming through, I had no fear at all. So no fear from the new moon, which is a complete turnaround in terms of how I would have viewed this, you could say, a year ago or something, where I would have gone into massive fear about what was coming up, especially on my face. There was no fear at all. It's like I knew it was going to clear Saturday, Sunday. Woke up this morning, had a clearing dream last night, in the middle of the night, about a man going to view an apartment and the man that had the apartment being dead. So that was quite interesting, that clearing dream, because it's like the death of the masculine, of how they were, right? And then waking up this morning and just feeling so much better physically. I mean, it is still just trailing, it's very slightly there in the shoulder and very slightly there in the hip, and the eczema's nearly completely gone because we're now coming to this waxing gibbous. So it's just that really, and how it clears through your physical body. And what they're saying is, the more clarity coming in is, as it's twin flame process that you're going through, and how you move through that process, as I said before, which is the mind and the emotions getting cleared first, and then the twin flame reunion clears through your physical body, is that because of that little hiccup in the vibration that causes a manifestation into the physical surroundings that you're in, when you have the emotions and the mentality passing back and forth between you, as that clears, that's where you have the hiccup in the vibration, and that shows around you in the physical world manifestations of negativity, triggers, right? So what they're saying, the clarity around it is then, once all that's cleared and you don't have the physical triggers showing up around you, and as I said in the last video, and then what you're clearing is, you're clearing through to the last aspect of what is twin flame process, which is the physical reunion. And it's basically clearing through your physical body, like they said. So the triggers are going to come up as pain, anything showing up on your face. I also had a sty on my eye after the new moon, which basically didn't even really come up. I could feel it, could barely see it, and it just went down. So not even really manifesting. But it's all going to come up in the physical body. And so what they're saying in relation to what the clarity they're coming up with in relation to that is, the feminine, as she creates the process of the reunion through everything, mind, emotions, physical body, it's about the coming into power of the feminine. So you come into power around the emotions and the mentality, and you kind of like, you might notice it coming up when you're clearing the mind. It's like, I'm sick of this. I don't want this anymore. I don't want to think like this. I don't want to be thinking about it all the time. And then you clear through the emotionality, like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I want to let go. I don't want to have it coming up around every month and feeling it again. feeling sad or lost or angry or whatever. So that's, you create that in yourself. You come into power around that. And then you come into higher self, right? And your higher self is coming into power around the physical symptoms. So instead of looking at them and going to fear around them, you look at them and know that they're a manifestation of the energetic process, and you have no fear at all. So that's the power of coming into that they've been describing. So just wanted to share that. And how you come into power of all of it, right? So that's you coming into higher self, and your source self is you're looking in the mirror at what would have once put you into fear, and you're no longer going into fear because you're understanding that's the energy coming through. That's the energy of what is clearing, and that's what's how you feel in relation to it is you're completely in understanding of that, and you're knowing. So it's like, I knew it was going to clear Saturday, Sunday, and it has. The other thing is clarity around that. Oh yeah, so also I had yesterday particularly, but a little bit the rest of the week, but yesterday particularly, I had the complete cut off in my mind from thinking. So it's like I spent yesterday, which was how it's meant to be, planning my garden layout and planning what I was going to do in the garden, and literally by the end of the day, I was like, it felt like obsession in my mind of like how this garden's going to look and what I'm going to put where and all of this. And I was literally exhausted through what I'd been doing in my mind, like this creativity. So like all the visualization of what I wanted my garden to look like, and all the thinking of what was going to go where, and all this stuff. It's exhausting, right? So it's almost like my mind was taken away from myself into this process of creation of something else. So it's like my mind was completely free of what this all is, and it's like that's part of the process as well, because where your mind gets taken over by something outside of what would be your physical reunion or thinking about that person at all, it's like it's dragging, it's like it's vibrationally dragging them into the mode where they've got to do something. They have to operate from ego again, but in a really clarified way, because your ego is your thinking. Clarifying it by using creative thought is how you clarify it. So it's not going to be what you think it's about. It's not going to be about thinking about your physical reunion. It's going to be thinking about something completely different that just takes your mind into that space of creative thinking. So I hope that makes sense. And then a distinct let go of all of that as well last night, which was like they were saying, just let go now. Just forget it all. It's not the doing of it. So it's, whatever I was thinking about yesterday, it's not that I'm then going to turn around and do that. It's just the thinking of it that matters. And then they're like, let go, because when it does come in your garden, it's going to come in a different way than you even think it is now. So it's going to come in more through a very easy way. You're not going to have to get out there and shovel, aggregate around like planning on doing. So just to say that as well. That's what's going on, right? So I just wanted to share that bit about the waxing gibbous, really, and now how it's all cleared with the waxing gibbous, and now we're moving towards the full moon, which is on the 18th of Friday, 18th of March in the UK, but it will be, I don't know where it will be elsewhere, but it starts to move in really on the 16th, the energy of the full moon. So we've got only like 13, 14, 15 of the waxing gibbous. I think we move into another phase before, could be, I don't know the names of them. No, I'll look at that and know that when that comes up, I suppose. So what I can tell you is the full moon will begin edging in around the 15th though. End of the 15th, 16th, practically here. 17th practically here, edging in around the 16th, and then 18th it's bang on. Right, so I'm just going to get a few cards out, see if there's anything else. So they're just saying not to worry about anything, it all takes care of itself. Just the awareness of what's going on is, it's just finding the clarity around what's going on, right? So it's really having to let go of what is physically coming through in any way that you would have looked at it. Well, I mean, I've just been also walking around the house, getting on with my life as much as possible, doing the things, the regular things, the chores and the everyday things, because that's about all I could do physically, whilst moaning and groaning, not in a negative way, because I know it's energetic, but just because it was literally really hard, difficult being in my physical body, because it felt so extreme what's coming through. Walking up the stairs was really hard. I was like, oh, and every time I was talking about it, starting to talk about it in my head, like, oh, my shoulder, oh, my leg, oh, my wrists, my back of my hands, whatever it was. And I was like, maybe it's, and then as soon as I went, maybe it's, they were like, no, it's vibrational. I was like, oh, yeah, it's vibrational. So just completely in that understanding that it's vibrational and it's not anything else. All right, so wisdom jumping out in the Hermit. So that's the wisdom of it. Let's get a few more cards out. What else do you want us to know? Put that Hermit. In fact, I'll leave that Hermit there. It's the first card coming up. Completion. In fact, I'm going to put him in the middle because he comes out first, right? So he should be the central thing. The wisdom. Ending of the process as well, because it's number 9. So it's coming into full wisdom of the process. 10 of Pentacles. Completion in the physical. Judgment. Destiny. Page of Wands, which is being guided through vibration, basically. The journey is vibrational. And you are your vibrational self, and you bring in the end of the journey. So it's all coming through you. And it's coming through the wisdom of vibration, right? So it's understanding that it's all vibration. It's everything is vibrational. So look. 8 of Pentacles, connection in the physical. So you're connected to your twin in the physical through everything, right? And even when you're not, it's not about face-to-face physical. It's about what comes through your physical body. So that's how it comes in. Let's have a look here. Oh, look, 6 of Pentacles, reaching out physically. So someone coming towards you physically, guided by spirit, guided by your vibration. Completion in the physical. It's destined, the judgment. What have we got here? 4 of Cups, that one thing has yet to come in, right, which is that physical reunion. So again, being brought down into ground, what is emotional. Knight of Cups, which is love, so it's destined love. One more card here. 4 of Wands, vibrational reunion. So that's the thing, right? So as you're clearing through everything, mind, emotions, physical body, those 3 things, and this reunion is a vibrational thing, right? So it's about having a steady vibration. So that's the vibration without any hiccup in it. So when you've no longer got any hiccup, because what's happening, right? Physical connection. So when it's coming through your physical body and you're not looking in the mirror and you're not going into fear, or you're not feeling a pain in your physical body and going into fear, you're not sending back any hiccup through the vibration. So that is that flat line of vibration that they're talking about in the last video. It's a solid and steady vibration, the 4 feet on the ground. So if you're having things come into your physical body that are manifesting, and rather than going into fear or panic or overwhelm, which you would do at first because you don't understand it's a reason for it, it's vibrational, you're hiccuping in the energy, right? So you're sending that back to your twin. So the twin is going into fear, basically. So whether you've got that fear in the vibration, you don't have reunion. Okay, so when it's coming through your physical body and it's like you're not going into fear, there's nothing going backwards nothing in the vibration that connects you, hiccuping. So there's no fear in the vibration. So that's how it moves through into the physical. Because when you've got no fear in the vibration, you've got nothing out of self that's out of alignment, right? So that one thing there, you could look at this card, right? 4 Cups. And that emotion that's in the air, that cup that's in the air, it's like that's the very beginning of your journey, right? Because it's like something is not right in your physical existence because you don't have this love that you want from this person, or this love that you want, that you can feel that you want. So something is out of alignment. So that's the start of the journey. But where it's coming in here, right, and it's coming through the wisdom of vibration. So Page of Wands, which is being guided by your vibrational self or guided by spirit, people would say, right? And this is Hermit, which is the wisdom of that. And that is that understanding. And this is here down in, it's at the end point, it's at an end point, right? Because we go here past to future. This is that being brought in, that is that the thing that started your journey. The one thing that's out of place comes from the work, and it's the vibrational understanding. Working in with vibration is vibrational understanding. It's understanding that everything is energetic, and it's coming into the physical as a manifestation of the vibration that connects you through the trigger in the vibration that's producing the manifestation in the physical. First of all, around you, when that's all cleared, it's then in you, and it's in your physical body. Connection in your physical, right? Steady vibration, just what they said. Completion in the physical, 10 of Pentacles, which is completion of the physical journey, manifestation of into the physical reunion through the steadiness of the vibration. And then here, destined, judgment, love, Knight of Pentacles, love riding in on the horse, right? As yet to come in is upside down. Notice that, as yet to come in. And 6 of Pentacles, connection in the physical, as yet to come in. And here we've got the connection in the physical again. Wisdom, 6 of Pentacles, as yet to come in. Let's see what's underneath. Energy moving, 8 of Wands. So it's what's going back and forth in the vibration. You'll notice they're back and forth, those arrows. So that's what's passed back and forth through the vibration, leading to, when it's all cleared, the reunion coming in. Physical connection coming in. Let's see. And also the physical connection that's coming in is coming through wisdom. So what travels back and forth through your vibration is the wisdom. Right? So your wisdom as the creator of the journey is the wisdom of that. So therefore, for example, your end of the journey is going to be where you understand that connection is producing this physical reunion, the vibrational connection, but also much more than that, because it's understanding vibrationally the only location to be is your point of attraction, because that brings you everything to manifest everything that you want in your physical environment beyond this physical union is an understanding that you come into. So it's complete, again, we're going to say it, a complete let go of what is negativity in the mind or the emotions, but that naturally occurs because that's the process you're going through. Broader perspective is vibrational understanding, right? So the broader perspective, the overview, the awareness on your mind and emotions and what's running through your mind and emotions, and that is not necessarily you all the time, it's them that's coming through. So there's a clarity around all of that, right? That's the wisdom as well, the vibrational wisdom. And this cup that comes in is the thing that was out of place all along, right? It's going to come into ground. So it's that one thing that's coming, which is physical reunion. Let's get some more cards out on this. 2 of Wands, a new road forward, right? 0 point. So that's moving through vibrationally at 0 point. So that's where everything's cleared. And the full understanding is there. Oh, you could say as well, because I know there's people out there and they're going through this, like they have connection and it goes in and it goes out, it goes in and it goes out, physical connection with their twin and it goes in and it goes out, and the 8 of physical connection in the infinite connection, right? But it's still waiting for the vibration to harmonize. That's why it goes in and out, because until you're vibrationally harmonized with the wisdom of the journey, right, and understanding this one thing that has to come in here in the emotions is you're feeling good, right, above and beyond all else. So it's above and beyond physical connection with somebody else. That's what twin flame process is, because it's a vibrational connection. And the vibrational connection is letting go of anything that isn't vibrational and feeling good. So it's letting go of anything in the physical at that point that you're not feeling good about the physical union, right? And finding feeling good. And only when that point has been reached, which is the 0 point in the physical connection, so it's the letting go of the physical connection of feeling good, is the physical connection comes back in as a representation of that feeling good. So you can have physical connection with a twin all the way along, but if you're not feeling good, it's going to represent the not feeling good. So it's not going to be matching up to this is still going to be what you don't want it to be. It's still not going to feel good, right? It's only when you're in feeling good, the physical connection is going to match up to that feeling good, whether you're in connection with them or not. Coming and going energetically, it's for the reason of clearing it, that it will show up, because it'll be triggering you in other ways. So it's all going on all the time in whatever way it's going on. Ace of Swords, brand new communication, clarified communication. Again, it's number one, so it's like starting all over again. It's clarified communication. So that happens when the vibration is cleared of everything that's operating against feeling good in both twins. So that's that. Ten of Pentacles. And that's where we are right now, right? With waxing gibbous, because everything's just cleared after that new moon energy has moved through. So just notice how you're feeling. Basically, maybe you woke up today and you felt clarified. Because this is how it's working with the moons, right? Clarifies it through the ebb and flow of the new and the full moon. New moons are dark. Dark lasts till the waxing gibbous. When you're into the light is more than the dark. And then it builds to the full moon, and it carries on until the full moon goes back into the dark phase. Is it waning gibbous? Probably, because it's the opposite of waxing gibbous, isn't it? So it would be then something like that. But again, we're only talking about what we're talking about now. Maybe we'll do another video at some point about the other things. Ten of Pentacles, drawing to you through vibration, the Devil, so it's vibrational connection. Completion in the physical world comes through vibrational connection again. And what you draw to you through what is a steady vibration of 4 feet on the ground. Let's go on there. Happiness, 9 of Cups. The ending of the journey is happiness, right? See that cup in the air again? That's the one that's coming in, but look how he's smiling and he's holding it up like cheers. Like everything's fine. Everything's good. Not like this melancholy of like something's not right. But in the yeah, everything's good. There may be one cup still out of place. I may not have that one person, but look how happy I am. Look how many cups I've got on the ground. Look what I can be happy about. Look what I've created through my feeling good. That's what all that's about, you know. It's this, they keep talking to me as well about how love comes from love. When I was going to sleep last night, because I had all the garden in my head, and my body was tensing up because all the physical resistance of this physical reunion was coming through my body. So I've not been able to sleep properly. And melatonin and CBD, but I was still lying in a bed, and like all my back and my neck was all tensed up, and my physical body was all tensed up. And because the resistance against the physical union was coming through my physical body. And they were just saying to me, picture the face of the cat. Picture the robin in the garden, because when I picture that, I just relax. And it makes me smile. And it makes me feel so good, you know? So those things, it's like love what you can love and disregard the rest. Because love comes from love. So you're only bringing your physical union in through the feeling good. And the feeling good is when you love everything that you can love and you disregard the rest. Because why would you focus on the things that you don't like? Or why would you focus on the things that make you feel bad? They're only going to make you bring more feeling bad in through the creation of more feeling bad. So it's like, look what the cup that you can love and love what you've got, right? And this cup will come in. That last thing will come in, which is the physical reunion from that. So the clarification in the vibration is the feeling good in the vibration, where nothing is travelling back and forth between the two twins because there's no feeling bad. No hiccups in the vibration. Page of Wands here. Guided by spirit or guided by vibrational self. And the Chariot, which is the masculine and feminine, coming in, and that's the overview again. So that is the vibrational self. It's a broader perspective of the masculine and feminine that's going on inside of you, which is a going up and down in vibration, right? Which is a feeling good then feeling bad, which comes through the journey in many different ways, opportunities to overcome that in many different ways, opportunities to overcome it in the mind, opportunities to overcome it in the emotions, and then finally an opportunity to overcome it in whatever is showing up through your physical body, your actual physical self, right? And just looking at that and saying, this is vibrational, right? And whatever comes up in the mind that's in opposition to that, that says, maybe it's because you're using that face wash. Before you even get to say face wash, your broader perspective chirps in with no, it's vibrational. Because that's what I've been having, right? So, 4 of Cups. Basically, everything's vibrational. Before you get to say anything, it's like, no, it's vibrational. It's quite good fun. It's quite good fun when that happens. Right, 4 of Cups and good. See? Feeling good. The sun. So it's all feeling good, because if it's all vibrational, then why wouldn't you feel good? Because it's like a complete understanding that actually it's all vibrational. So what's going to show up in my physical life is going to come from, if I want it to be good, I've got to feel good. There's no choice. There's nowhere else to go. You cannot go in the room of negativity and start to bounce around the grey ball of negativity, right? Like Kevin, and we've got to talk about Kevin. It's about being in the garden of delights, right? And jumping around for joy, because everything that's in the physical is beautiful and lovely, and to focus on the loveliness of what you love, and then you bring in more love, just like that's in the child work, right? Allowing yourself to be a child again and love life, basically, which is what this is all about as well, because it's all about healing the inner child within you. That is your twin. That is your twin within you, your inner child. Not beating yourself up, basically, and trying, and being hating being alive, or not allowing yourself to love being alive and do the things that you love, right? Feeding your inner child is what it's all about. Judgment. Vibrational self, Queen of Wands. Creation, number 3. She's number 3. Creation of vibration brings in the destiny that the judgment is. So it's all you. It's all you. Knight of Cups. Fear. Right, and what obstructs it from coming in is the lessons in fear. 7 of Swords. I mean, fear is there in every way that you could try to find it. It's in everything, is what I've noticed, I'm walking around today as I got up. I went in my cellar the other day, which is under the house, and it's outside. It's not an indoor room, it's an outdoor room. And the walls are damp. And so, of course, my instant physical, normal human person reaction is to go, oh, the walls are damp and it's going to come in the house because it's in the cellar. And I recognise now that this is still physically dominant. It's still a vibrationally dominant work that I'm going through, right? So fear is going to still come up. And if you focus on the fear, you multiply the fear, and then you're not going to bring yourself love. So again, it's like this. That was coming up in my head, like I picture the wall downstairs, and instantly it's like, don't look at that. Why are you picturing that in your head? If you're going to picture that, you're going to get more of that. Do you want more of that? I'm like, no, no. So don't picture it then. Picture something you love. Go look at the bluebird outside that's on the feeder. Just picture that. Just let go. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's coming through, right? Your vibrational self is the creator of the destiny. If the destiny is going to be love, you've got to feel love, not fear. So there. Choice. 2 of Wands, moving through the wisdom of what you choose. Love or fear. Let's go here, 8 of Pentacles. Wounded warrior, 9 of Wands. Right, so where you're healing that in yourself, that's what you're healing in them. So choice of love or fear. So if you're going to bring yourself love, you choose love. And then you bring yourself love inside yourself, and then you bring yourself love outside of yourself. As you choose love, they choose love. So if you're choosing love because you're the creator, then they're going to choose love. That's where love is connecting the two. So then they're going to choose to love is what they love, which is you. Because you wouldn't be going through this if they didn't love you, because you wouldn't feel any of it and you wouldn't be going through it. They didn't, but you've got to trust that that's a vibrational work. So it could be the letting go in the physical. Not the letting go of them and then being in fear of them not coming to you or loving you. The letting go might be a physical thing, but the letting go has to be in the mind and the emotions of the negativity of what you fear that you might not get, which is them, right? So it doesn't matter if you let go of them physically. If you've not let go emotionally and mentally, then you're still holding it at bay. So really letting go of them physically means nothing, because it's in the mind and the emotions that it has to clear, and then it's in the vibration that it has to clear. So that's why it's a thorough let go. So just know that as well, because if you've still got like them as the answer to everything, like when they come, everything will be fine, then that's not your answer. Your answer has to be, I'm going to be fine without them, and then letting go of any reason to not be fine without them. And therefore the answer is you're feeling good, right? So your feeling good can only come from letting go of them, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So it's everything, right? And when you let go, they're free to love. Because if you find feeling good, they find feeling good, because you're connected vibrationally. And all that is in the vibration is no reason to not feel good. It's a clarified vibration, which is feeling good, because Source is feeling good. And Source wants a representation of feeling good in the physical dimension, which is you feeling good and them feeling good. And then the two feeling goods come together as a representation of the oneness of Source, which is what it is anyway, right? And why it's held at bay, so that you become into a representation of what is Source. Six of Pentacles are reaching out in the physical. Ending. 10 of Wands, ending energetically, right? So it's the ending of the process. And that's the reaching out, still yet to come in. So that's where, oh, look at the moon. The moon's there as well. So, yeah, look, ending energetically, and it's the dark, you see? The dark is the moon there, more dark than light. So it's the ending of the dark moon. It's the ending of the process. So that's how it moves with the moon. And that, look how hard it is, this process, with all the energy on the back of the person. Those antlers down there in the stag represent love. And physical domain. So it's energy moving into physical, and it's also possibilities. So it's the multiplication. You're feeling good. If you think that everything in your, not just your divine connection manifesting into physicality, but everything in your physical environment comes from feeling good. There is multiple opportunities of what can come in from feeling good, right? So not just one person, but many people that are a representation of feeling good. Just like there's many representations of other things that could come in a physical that are matching up to the feeling good. People, places, things, events, it's everything. All right, so that's it. That's what I'm going to end with. I'm going to put one more down. On here, last one on the 10 of Wands. You could say as well, the physical connection, right? Wounded warrior energy. So it's still vibrational work in the physical in the person that you're connected to. The wisdom of that and how it moves through into the physical at 0 point, which is clarified vibration, is the ending energetically of the energetic process, the manifesting into the connection of the two in the physical coming together, whoever they are, but also multiple possibilities of everything. So as they come in, your possibilities expand even more. That's why when you come into your final physical reunion, which is not just being like having a conversation with them for like years on end, back and forth of conversation with it going nowhere. If you're still in negativity in mind and emotions, it's not going to manifest into the physical and move forward in the physical in any other way. So the clearing of everything that's operating against it, emotionally and mentally, and knowing that the physical manifestation only comes through feeling good, when it moves into the physical from there, it's got multiple opportunities of how it can expand into the physical. So that is the moving into new locations with your twin. That's when you'll live together. That's when you'll have a life together. That's when you'll move abroad together. That's when you start businesses together, start working together, all that kind of stuff, right? It's all moving through the ending, the clarification, the 10 of vibration, and the opportunities that come through. You both in feeling good, which is you both in relationship to each other, but being in a let go of each other. So no longer having another person that's going to make you feel good or bad. You're feeling good still only coming from yourself. So there's a complete detachment in that person having to make you feel better about yourself, or being for a reason for you to feel bad about yourself or bad about anything else. Because this is a divine work. It's not a human work, and divinity sees no reason for anything to make it feel bad about anything, right? And divinity places no restrictions on another person for that person to be responsible for your feeling good. That is ego. That is not destiny of this journey. Right, it's beyond fear. Fear is the thing that makes you feel like somebody who should be changed to make you feel good. It's your fear. Right, so that's one more card. Page of Pentacles, physical form showing up. So wherever you are in this process, let's go another. Pain, Three of Swords, creation through the pain, emotions, Seven of Cups, emotional lessons, Knight of King of Pentacles, physical form of the person that shows up, right? It's the lessons through all the pain that you go through, and that's mind and emotions, and it's also physical body. When you feel bad in your physical body, and it can come through emotionally, you can start to go like lose vibration. Lose vibrational feeling good because of how it's feeling in your physical body. But once you understand it's vibrational, you even move beyond that, because as soon as you start to feel that, like, oh, I feel so bad, it just stops, because you're like, it's vibration. It's going to clear. It's going to clear with the moon. It's just vibration, right? So it's a complete and utter understanding of that, and then that it stops. The vibration fluctuates in between the two, where the physical person manifests as into form, because there's nothing going back and forth that would stop that from happening. Right, that's it. We're leaving it there. Okay, lots of love. And if anybody wants to get a reading or anything like that, it's all on the website, as you know. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.